Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob Macdonald from Invis, aka Mortgage Rob. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, I want to talk a little bit about variable rate mortgages. I get two really common questions these days, and probably the same questions I get today are the same questions I was getting 9 months ago. Uh, should I take a variable rate mortgage over a fixed mortgage or vice versa? The other question that I get a lot of is I have a variable rate mortgage and things have been going very well, but I hear rates are increasing. Is it the time to lock in? It's a complicated question, and a lot of times what it comes down to is personal choice. It's really the level of security that you want in your household budget. In my personal opinion, I think variable rate mortgages are the way to go. When you chart Canadian mortgage rates back in history, if we go back 30, 40, 50 years, no period since they've been tracking these interest rates is it been a better choice to go with longer term fixed mortgages through through the life of the mortgage versus taking short term or variable rate mortgages. It's just simply too hard to time the fixed rates, and so you may have a good fixed rate for this term, but when this term comes available, your rate could be quite significantly higher. But you'll see variable rates will fluctuate more with the market during that same time. So, taking a variable versus a fixed rate mortgage is somewhat of a personal decision, and somewhat of it just looks, you just have to look at kind of where rates are going. Right now, we're seeing variable rate mortgages as low as prime minus 0.5%, which is 1.75. 5-year fixed terms are around 4.4, 4.5%. Well, that's almost a 3% increase between those two rates. And so when you look at what the difference in the payment is going to be, on a $200,000 or $300,000 mortgage, that's going to be a difference of $300 to $400 a month. So it makes a significant difference on your budget. One of the things that you can look at is that we expect interest rates are going to, or the prime rate in particular, is probably going to go up at least 3%. That's a good benchmark. So from its prime rate from 2.25% today, it's probably going to go up into the 5% range, possibly as high as 6%. So the question is when that is going to happen. So with that spread of 3% from today's variable rate to the 5-year fixed, that means that the prime rate can move by 3%, and you will be saving money from today until that happens. So is that likely going to happen in a year, 2 years? Maybe, but probably not. Is it likely that we'll see that increase over 3 to 4 years? There's a good chance we will. But basically the key thing to remember is that you're saving that money, and reducing your interest costs that whole period until it gets up to where that 5-year rate is. 3-4 years from now, if rates are up that high, it's hard to predict where the economy is going to be and what's going to happen with the prime rate going forward. So the nice thing with most variable rate mortgages, if you do get concerned over that period, you always have the ability to lock in. As I mentioned, it's a lot about personal preference in your choice of variable rate versus fixed. For some people, and a lot of first-time home buyers that I work with, when they're going from renting a property and paying $900 or $1,000 a month for rent up to $1,400 or $1,500 for a mortgage payment, sometimes it's a very good thing while they adjust to this new budget to know what their rate is going to be. Or know what their monthly payment's going to be. So in those cases, I do recommend clients in some cases take a fixed rate mortgage so that you know what your household budget's going to look like. So as I mentioned, it really comes down to personal preference, but if you wanted to look at facts and statistics and history, over the long term, variable rate mortgages are going to outperform a 5-year fixed rate or long-term mortgages. So that's kind of my 2 cents on variable rate versus fixed. There's some great options still available in the market today. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me directly. My phone number is 778-686-8326. And again, it's Rob Macdonald with Invis, aka Mortgage Rob. Have a great day.